Yeah, anyway, like I said, I might light up my lighting truss and maybe light the whole room up. Have some views of just like my drums, like with the lighting on. That normally when I make my music videos, as a portfolio, when I set up again, I think I'm going to really focus more on my original music or decide if soundproofing this and um, is going to be anything more than what I've already had and still have and as far as like maybe actually use it, I might really do something completely different and hopefully that'll still be maybe like right here and yeah, but anyway, yeah, so anyway, it's kind of a little bit, I purchased some uh, like a like barn doors that slide on a rail for like a, as well as like windstorm protection. I have like some sliding glass doors and provide wind protection as well as soundproofing at the same time, and security at the same time and all that. And quite a bit was beginning to happen, and what you're seeing right now is like quite a bit, But anyway, so like I don't know if I'm going to maybe redirect and maybe do some thing about the real commercial thing about it. Yeah. So in any case, yeah. So like I put a little bit, quite a bit in there just for um the rails and the doors and all that, and maybe turning a room into a garage with some extra wide you know doors and all that stuff. But yeah. So maybe a little more. Yeah. So I'm gonna try and do something about that, getting some coordination that way, and really getting into some real brains about it. But yeah, so anyway, so I have a Behringer Ultra Curve Pro mastering processor DEQ 2496, and it's kind of like looking at it because it's like in increments of 24, from 24 to 48 to 72 and 96. That is, it's showing, it doesn't really identify anything involving like a um, crossfade cancellation, what might represent signal processing, on a visual of display, like a flanger, like on a combo amp for a guitar, and what that looks like on like a flanger, almost like a, maybe even give the appearance of like a perpendicular spiral that's um, similar in a way, with crossfade cancellation, like a flanger signal processor for like a guitar. Um, Yet a digital signal processor with like a perpendicular spiral representative in audio production, and to think about the even medical terminology normally involving three-dimensional isometric thing about the perpendicular spiral and chemistry and molecular composition and all that, in a way. Likewise, in addition, imagery, you know being that perception of 3D imagery. Yeah, so those are like the three that really I think about, because it's almost like a crossface cancellation in that way. Or sometimes the impression that I'm sure many people would see like on a fan blade or even a wheel, depending on the design of like the wheel, or like the ghost scene, or a shadow that would look like it's actually spinning completely the opposite direction. And sometimes in oscillation, it kind of looks like that. But the thing with this is that it gives a perception, hey, it's not really supposed to be that, but it looks that way. And that's what I'm thinking about. Between the flanger would represent maybe something of more so on measuring cycles per second oscillation, as compared to maybe processing speed in combination. It seems to be like really, like when a flanger is involved. There's like a limit on what type of manufacturer presents what level and degree of maybe a combination of other effects, like in line and in circuit that way, or what all is involved. And it kind of like maybe only be a principle of like maybe only what pitch and tone only mean to, like measuring cycles per second in oscillation. It's kind of like the speed of the tire, like on a highway. It's kind of like when it goes faster, it gets higher. And like with like cycles per second oscillation, the faster it goes, it's like the pitch gets higher and it gets narrower more, until it's like almost like a flat line. And like cycle per second oscillation as compared to like a waveform that isn't so dependent upon speed for like the perception of variations of, like, the deal about quantum and all